Earth, the only home and reality mankind has ever known. Forever bound together with the earth, we have been made under its orders and have been weaved out of the very fabric of its reality. A reality enforced by the very laws of Mother Nature herself. The earth's overwhelming dominance on all within its sphere of influence is undeniable. Once outside of the earth's sphere of influence, and upon entering into the second heaven of existence, the viscosity of the ether now varies depending on the additional influence of other heavenly bodies, but is dominated mostly by our sun. This sets a new set of rules for reality. Travel further, one would eventually escape our sun's sphere of influence, and upon ascending into the third heaven of existence, the ether would be still and mostly undisturbed and uninfluenced. This allows for interstellar travel without much, if any, gravitational or time flow influence on the ether, allowing for timeless interstellar space travel while moving in between different stellar realities until coming within the next star system's sphere of influence, and a new star's set of rules for reality.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. Your next stop...
Backass Words, Weirdworld. Hello, and thanks again for tuning in to your Backass Words, Weirdworld. Well, I went ahead and posted another video on this reoccurring pattern that's showing up in our skies everywhere. I sincerely think this may end up being something really important. So I just want to give some food for thought for y'all concerning this pattern. I also ran across a minute physics video that I thought was really interesting.
You know, like how a diagram of the solar system is both a totally not-to-scale caricature, and yet also represents the very real idea that the planets all orbit the sun in roughly the same plane, and that some are farther out and some are closer in, and if it's animated, we get to see that the closer planets complete their orbits more often. It's a nice picture, and that's what I want for atoms. A good picture. There is a way of thinking about wave-particle duality where you picture the wave function as a bunch of water, and the particle as a speck of dust in that water. The particle is mostly guided by where the water goes, and the water is guided by the equations that determine how water behaves depending on its circumstances. And if you apply the mathematics of that idea to atomic orbitals, and then render it in 3 dimensions, here's what you get. Isn't it beautiful? You can see patterns in the orbitals, and you can get a sense that they actually are orbitals. I mean, something is orbiting. Okay, so I do have to be clear. The dots don't each represent a separate electron. The whole collection represents the wave function of a single electron, and the individual dots represent all the places that electron could be. A higher density of dots means a higher probability of the electron being there. The bigger orbitals are the ones with higher energies, because electrons with more energy are more likely to be far away from the nucleus. The motion of the dots is showing the flow of the wave function, and does correspond to an extent with its actual angular momentum, though they're not electron trajectories. Unless you think Bohmian trajectories are real, in which case they really are electron trajectories. I'll let the philosophers of physics fight that one out. So if you want a cartoon representation of an atom that's simple but more closely based in atomic physics, here's my proposal. It's based on the orbitals from the p block of the periodic table. One of them has the electron orbiting one way, one in the opposite way, and in the third one the electron is orbiting the same amount, but around some perpendicular direction, and we can't know which is why the dots aren't moving in the middle orbital, and why I've drawn a dotted line and question mark for the sideways circle. And if you want, you can add an electron to each orbital, or 2 electrons, one oriented spin up and one spin down.
Yeah, come on. when the music's over. When the music's over, yeah. When the music's over, turn up the lights, turn up the lights, turn up the lights. Yeah, yeah. When the music's over, when the music's over, when the music's over, turn up the lights, turn up the lights, turn up the lights. Put the music in your special friend. Dance on fires, it intends. Music is your only friend. Until the end, until the end, until the cancel my subscription to the resurrection. Send my credentials to the house of detention. I got some friends inside. The face in the mirror won't stop. The girl in the window won't drop. A feast of friends, alive she cried, waiting for me outside. Before I sing into the big sleep, I want to hear the scream of the butterfly. back into my arms. We're getting tired of hanging around. Waiting around with our heads to the ground. I hear a very gentle sound. Very near yet very far. Very soft yet very clear. Come today, come today. What have they done to the earth? What have they done to our fair sister? Ravaged and plundered and ripped her and bit her. Stuck her with knives in the side of the dawn and tied her with fences and dragged her down. I hear a very gentle sound. With your ear down to the ground. We want the world and we want it. We want the world and we want it. Now. So when the music's over, when the music's over, yeah. When the music's over, turn out the lights, turn out the lights, turn out the lights. While the music is your special friend, dance on fire as it intends. Music is your only friend. Till the end, until the end, until the end. Why show me the way to the next whiskey bar? Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, tell you we must die. Tell you we must die. Tell ya, I tell ya, I tell ya we must die. Oh, moon of Alabama, we know must say goodbye. We've lost our good old mama and must have whiskey, oh, you know why. Oh, moon of Alabama, we now must say goodbye. We lost our good old mama and must have whiskey, oh, you know why. Yeah!
Think for yourself and question authority.